Santa Fe, home of art, hot air balloons, and yes, beer. The Santa Fe Brewing Company is the largest brewery in New Mexico. While primarily sold to the Southwest, the Santa Fe Brewing Company is expanding outward and can be found in 10 states. The Pale Ale is a year-round brew from the company and also one of the best sellers. But can it stand out in the crowded Pale Ale market? Find out now on Two Dudes Reviews. Santa Fe Brewing Company has been producing beer since 1988, which makes it the first craft brewery in the state. This also makes the Pale Ale an important staple for the company, as it looks to push out of the Southwest. Is the Pale Ale able to compete with others from major beer-producing regions like California or the Midwest? Only one way to find out. Alright, yeah, we have the Santa Fe Pale Ale just sitting right here. It's got a really nice, lovely bottle. I enjoy the slender size of it. It kind of stands out pretty nice. And so let's crack this baby open. Now as I pour it, yes, it's only available in 10 states now, which mostly in the Southwest. It reaches out to Missouri. That's as far into the Midwest as it goes. And then it gets into Louisiana and parts of Texas as well. So there are some areas outside of the Southwest, but predominantly that's where you're going to find it. Now, I know the color isn't part of the rating process with us, but I like to look at it anyways. It does have the, it is rather foggy. It's a nice deep orange-brown color to it. Not a lot of head. Very, very minimal carbonation. Not much of that either. So, alright. Let's get into the reviews. If this is your first time with us, the reviews broken down into 6 different categories. That is smell, taste, value for price, drinkability, distinction, and would I buy it again. So now, the first one is smell. You do have some of the apricot notes to it. You can get a hint of the hops, but not a lot, not substantial with that. Maybe just the slightest touch of a caramel, but not much of that either. It's really more on the apricot and the hop smell, I'd have to say. It's not, the smell is not overpowering. It's not even really that fragrant, to be perfectly honest. I have to almost shove my nose all the way down into it. I'm not getting a whole lot for smell. So it doesn't smell bad, but there's really no great. I'm not getting a lot out of it. So for that, I'm gonna give the Pale Ale a half out of 1 on the smell, just because I'm not getting much out of it for the smell. Now, all right, let's taste. You definitely get the bitterness. It's definitely close to the IPA kind of level, and you get a little bit of grapefruit. I'm gonna say a little bit of grapefruit with the bitterness. Not much on the apricot with the when I taste it now. Yeah, just not overbearing with the hoppiness. Um, it's kind of really mid-range. I'm not sure what to. Yeah, mid-range with the hoppiness. Um, it's not necessarily a crisp taste because it lingers, and you still have that bitter aroma stuck in your mouth, and it lingers. Almost for me, it almost lingers a little bit too long than what I'd want, because I'm sitting here. It's been probably close to a minute since my last sip, and I still have just that grapefruit bitterness in my mouth, and for me, that's not my favorite thing. So taste it. I mean, it's refreshing. I think on a warmer spring day, I think this could be pretty good. So I think again for the taste, I'm gonna give it a half. I just it's all right. It's not fantastic for me, but yeah, I'm gonna give it a half. Now, value for price. I guess it just depends on where you live. I live in Arizona, so it's not terribly far away from New Mexico area. I believe I got this in a single. I think I paid about $1.50 for the bottle. So you think about $9-10 for a 6 pack? That's not terrible. So if you for people that want to test out a new pale ale, the value for price is pretty good. So I'll recommend it for the value for price. Now the drinkability, which is can I drink multiple ones of these at once, or following up each other? I really think I might be able to do two, and then all right. I gotta switch out to something else. This is just not doing it for me. It doesn't have some of the complexities as other IPAs might have. It's pretty straightforward. It's clean. It's the taste you get in your mouth. There's not a whole lot of layers to it. You got your grapefruit, you got your bitterness, and there's not a whole lot else. So drinkability. I mean, it's not that I can't drink more of these. So I'm gonna have to give this one a half again as well. It's I can have a couple of them. I just can't. Probably wouldn't have four or more than that. All right, distinction. Now, how distinct is this from other pale ales in the category? To be perfectly honest, it's not. It's not very distinct from other pale ales. It kind of tastes like the average pale ale you get at your local brew pub. That's not to say it's bad by any means. It's just not different from the one across the street or the one in the next town over. So distinction, it's not distinct at all. There's nothing like there's no hidden flavors in it. I just like you get the first sip, you take a couple, and you get it. It is what it is, which that's fine if you just want a not quite complex beer and just to kind of sip on. So for distinction, no, I'm sorry, I can't give it. Not going to recommend a distinction. Now, last is would I buy it again? And to be perfectly honest, probably not. It's semi-local. It's made in the general vicinity, so I decided to give it a whirl and check it out. But for me, there's plenty of other pale ales that have more complexity to it. The flavor changes the further along you get, and you kind of discover new flavors, new tastes on your tongue. The further into the beer you get, this one I'm just not getting that. I'm not. It's been consistent. It's just, I mean, it's pretty much the same as from when I started it. So yeah, that is would I buy it again? I'm gonna say no, I'm not going to. So yeah, that is the review on the Santa Fe. Let's see, let's tally that up. That would be, I think that's that. I can't count now. I think that was 2.5. I think I'm giving it a 2.5 out of 6. So it's not bad if you come across it. You can enjoy it, but it's one of those things where there's a lot of other pale ales out there that you should get instead. So that is my review of Santa Fe Brewing Company's Pale Ale. Now, if you like the beer, let me know in the comments. Tell me how I'm wrong or whatever. If you agree with me, tell me that too. I'd love to hear about it. And check out more beer reviews. We got more going up all the time. You can subscribe to us on Two Dudes in a Six Pack here on YouTube, and check out our podcast. That's Two Dudes in a Six Pack. You can find us on iTunes and Stitcher and really any place else you get your podcast from. We're on Twitter at Two Dudes Podcast, and I think it's about it for now. So for Two Dudes in a Six Pack, I'm Grayson. I'll see you later.